you doing, Jersey? Welcome to Ledger Live. Here it is, the first ever, perhaps, Jersey City political scandal walking tour or driving tour, however we're going to get around. But I'm here with Charlie Markey from the Jersey City Public Library, and we're here in the first stop, Holy Name Cemetery in Jersey City. This is the gravesite of Frank Hague, the great political boss, and his arch rival, John V. Kenney, who eventually went to prison. And in true Jersey City fashion, maybe a great start to our tour. We were thrown out in classic fashion. What a great start to our tour.
Jersey City and Hudson County remain, for people throughout the country, the nation, the world, as premier places. They associate with politicians who are not public servants.
And it starts with Hague, right? A lot of this, well, at least
the most colorful, the most storied part starts with Hague, who got on the commission in 1913 and stayed until 1947.
Let's talk about his gravesite in there. I mean, when you're walking in there, you see it, you know he was somebody, right? I mean, it's on its own island.
It's got its own island. It looks like a small home.
So we were able to walk in there, but we got a talking to.
You can bring a camera, but you have to have written authorization from the Archbishop.
All right, let's go on to our next stop.
All right, the home where Frank Hague had his apartment in Jersey City, as versus his apartment in Manhattan and his home in Seagirt, is 2600 Kennedy Boulevard, and this is actually the place where he died.
All right, our second stop here on the Jersey City Scandal Tour. This is the building that used to house the old municipal court. Too many stories to tell in this place in one stop, but let's start with former municipal court judge John Yengo. He was ousted by the New Jersey State Supreme Court for being totally unsuited, they said, for the bench.
After his removal, he became one of the storied people on Belmont Avenue, chasing who he considered to be criminals with a baseball bat.
And in 1988, Yengo was murdered by serial killer nurse Charles Cullen. In 1994, Judge James Biff Boylan pleaded guilty to fixing traffic tickets for women in exchange for sexual favors. So this place is being turned into condos now. The new municipal court has moved to a new building, but scandal has followed the bench there. In 2007, Judge Wanda Molina had to step down because she was fixing traffic tickets for her female companion. I have my own personal political scandal. I came in here to pay a parking ticket when I was covering City Hall for Jersey City, and the parking director came in and ripped it up. Fixed it for me, said he'd do me a favor, and I got to go back to my editors and say, they just fixed my ticket. All right, for our third stop, we're going to deviate a little bit from the political theme of the tour, but this is such a juicy story and a great scandal that we had to include it. This is the story of Joseph Newsboy Moriarty. He was a bookie back in the decades after World War II, and he didn't like banks, so he stashed his cash in cars in garages around the city. And in 1962, a group of day laborers in a garage just a little bit away from where I'm standing, it's houses now, they found $2.6 million of cash in an old Plymouth parked in the garage there. This used to be a row of garages, mostly houses now, including 123 Oxford Avenue, where they found the cash, but you can imagine there's probably a garage just like this, just a few feet from where I'm standing now, where they found the mother lode. After that money was found, the story goes, people all across Jersey City were breaking into garages and looking in old cars to see if they could find more of Moriarty's cash for themselves. Let's see if the current residents of 123 Oxford Ave know the storied history behind their home. A guy named Frank came to the door and said he doesn't know anything about Moriarty or any money. Likely story. Pretty cool story, right? I mean, he living in...
Maybe there's still some there.
You want to go look? Got any old cars on there? Yeah, maybe you should dig up the basement. Then it was back in the car, hopscotching the city from one storied locale to another.
The Dr. Bertrand S. Pollock Hospital for Tuberculosis, a Hudson County institution. John V. Kenney spent his last years in Hudson County before being convicted in a Newark courtroom and serving out his sentence at a Missouri hospital, now near Twan's hot dog truck. Twan's is going to have to be in the Smithsonian, along with the Sipperstein can.
Then, of course, on to City Hall, where we looked at the gallery of photos of all the city's mayors.
Mayor Whelan.
Mayor Whelan went to prison.
Mayor Whelan went to prison. He was indicted along with John V. Kenney.
Now we have Harvey Smith, a new addition up there, who's briefly served as mayor and was arrested just a few weeks ago. Let's talk about where we're pulling up here now on the Hudson County Administration Building in the old Brennan Courthouse, right?
Bob Januszewski left the Assembly and became Hudson County Executive. He had an office in the old Brennan Courthouse, and it was in the rotunda where testimony against Januszewski was that he would himself or an aide take envelopes of cash, and of course Hudson County Executive Bob Januszewski resigned in disgrace and went to jail.
We could continue this tour forever, I think, but we have to wind it up somewhere. Yeah, so here we are. I'm wearing the right flair for this stop, right?
Absolutely, because at 105 Graham Street, Mayor Whelan resided while he
happened to Whelan?
While he was the mayor of Jersey City. Mayor Whelan was caught up in a scandal that resulted in the Hudson 8 indictments. And Mayor Whelan and City Council President Flaherty apparently took with them out of office some $1.8 million, which was never recovered. When they weren't living here, the Whelan family, along with the mayor's two sisters, both of whom were nuns, lived in Lake Waukill in Sussex, New Jersey, where they had their summer home.
It's pretty overgrown. Hedges are overgrown, the shades are all down. Oh, and an empty bottle of scotch on the stoop. Still trying to get out the vote. Nobody here. So listen, there's a lot more stops. And we'd love to hear from you on the blog. You can go to the Ledger Live blog, NJ.com/Ledger Live, and post some more stops. Maybe people can give us some more stops that we missed, and maybe we'll come back out and do it again.
Brian Donohue is the man, the go-to guy for Hudson
Charlie
County.
Markey, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Brian.
All right. From Jersey City, take it easy, Jersey.
He's doing the traditional morning dance for the Hudson 44 from last month.
I'm not dead yet. Wait till I die and then shoot me.
That was worth it. That was worth being here.